Brought to you by GTA. We start with you.
Inmates can apply, do qualify for a stimulus check.
Department of Corrections spokesperson Major Antone Uggan confirms that some inmates' families are already in receipt of the federal money.
Some inmates' families have filed on their behalf. A few families come in here and had their loved ones sign the paperwork, and it was filed in their behalf. And so those that filed, obviously their family they would receive a $1,400 or could receive a $1,400 stimulus check.
This payment didn't come without major litigation. The Washington Post reports on October 20 that a class action lawsuit was filed on behalf of the incarcerated individuals in local, state, and federal correctional facilities, arguing there was nothing in the law prohibiting inmates from receiving the stimulus payments and that the IRS was being unlawful. A federal judge in California ruled in favor with the petitioners and ordered the Treasury Department and IRS to send the relief money out and within certain deadlines. The Trump administration appealed. However, the court backed up their initial ruling and entered a final summary judgment. Further, the judge ordered the IRS to send out a notice to correction facilities officials to provide to incarcerated individuals about the court decision. The agency would also need to mail blank 1040 forms for inmates and instructions on how to fill out the paper return. Uggan tells KUAM that he is unaware of ever receiving said notice. Meanwhile, Department of Rev and Tax Director Daphne Shimizu says due to the ruling, the non-filer form deadline was moved to November 21st.
That had largely to do with, of course, the issue of incarcerated individuals and making sure that those people who initially thought that they may not be eligible were eligible. And so, again, we had clarified that back in late or maybe the last quarter of 2020. And we worked to make sure, of course, that the financial institutions, of course, are aware of that and that we had pressed that out.
For those unaware, Shimizu says those incarcerated are not only eligible for the EIP 1, 2, and 3, but also the recovery rebate credits.
Individuals, as long as they're otherwise eligible, meaning they meet the income limits, the residency requirements, etc. If you were incarcerated, also you were eligible as long, again, as you met all other eligibility requirements.